Hey guys, so I just got the cattle trailer hooked up here. We're gonna take a few cattle to the market today. Our barn's getting full now. We don't have many cows to dry up for the next couple weeks. Need to make sure we have enough space for cows that are calving in. We have a call list on our computer. It's cows that we've decided we're not gonna keep breeding to continue milking. One of the big things with managing a dairy herd is kind of balancing. We want to keep our cows, as long as possible. We want old cows, but also knowing when it's time to send one for beef. It sounds kind of cold if you're not used to being in the industry, but we don't want cows dying here on the farm. We want them to be healthy and productive while they're here, and we want to be able to sell healthy cows for beef. Just kind of the nature of the business. I'm used to it. I've been around it my whole life. It's part of it. We get to know these cows. I recognize all their faces. When I see their number on the computer, I actually have a face to that number in my head. We don't get too attached to them because we know, they might only be here for, 4 or 5 years of their life, and then we send them for beef. We actually just sold a cow last week. She was over 10 years old, 9th lactation cow. That's an example of one that stuck around for a long time and did really well, but we decided to send her. This is a report we get on our herd management program. Based off the milk test data, it calculates the value of their production every day, how many pounds of milk, and also the fat and protein percentage figured into that. Some of these are about to be dried off, so we're not going to sell those, but if they're early in their lactation, not as productive, they might be a good cow to sell. We picked out 2 cows we're going to sell today. It's kind of something to balance with management. We don't want to be bringing too many young animals in that we're selling our older cows for no reason. We need to continue to bring good young animals in, and we also try to pick out like high somatic cell cows if they have low milk quality, or if they don't have the right build, if they're too big for a stall or something. Dad's backing in here. We'll go sort these cows out. $9.51. $6.34. Where you at? This cow here, she's pushing 300 days of milk, not pregnant. Her production's still okay, but yeah, she's not one that's going to be coming back calving again. We need space in the barn. We're going to sell her. That first one we sorted out, 951, is just a super low producing cow. Kind of a thinner animal, doesn't have as much body capacity, doesn't eat as much feed and make as much milk. So now we're gonna load some calves up. Got a whole crew of Angus cross calves. It's the next morning here. My voice isn't working too well this week, so first thing I'll check when I get out here is if there's any new calves. This cow just pushed out this half Angus calf. It's nice when they can have them on their own. Most of the time they do. It's really nice now that we have a lot of Angus calves. We're less likely to get them mixed up. If you have 2 cows freshen at once for identification, we want to know which one the mom is if it's a heifer calf. Got about 2 inches of rain since I filmed that little bit yesterday with those calves. That was a huge blessing. We haven't gotten much rain recently. Gonna bed the stalls this morning, so I'm gonna go through, just clean off the manure, and then we'll hit it with bedding then after we get the second group. We've recently switched to a different type of bedding in this freestall barn, trying to reduce the dust a little bit. Pen 1's coming back to their group now. So this shavings, instead of being a fine dust, a little bit bigger particles, it's not as absorbent as the other shavings we're using. We don't like this in the bed packs, but for the freestalls, it doesn't seem to be a problem. It's definitely less dusty, and I think it'll blow off the beds less in the summer when the fans are on. It's just a little bit heavier. Pretty much done with the milking, just need to clean up. I'm bedding the special needs pen now. With all this rain and the moisture in the air, this bedding is pretty messy today. Got the milking wrapped up. So I got my tail trimmer here, goes on the drill. Try to go through every month or two and trim a bunch of tails, especially now with the future cow brushes in the parlor. If the hair is long on the tail, it can catch in the brushes. They automatically stop if they get caught in anything, but it's a pain. So we try to keep them trimmed up. I usually just go through and get the cows I can. I don't bother trying to get everybody if they're laying down. Some cows' tails get pretty dirty. They lay in the manure and then it can make the udder dirtier there, and it's harder to see too for cleaning. They really don't need to be worried about swatting flies. We don't have fly issues in the barn. It's really helpful for cleanliness to trim the tails. It does a really nice job. Looks pretty funny here at first. They grow back and look a little more reasonable after a couple weeks. We really don't like to see this type of thing. Got some hoses in the milking parlor we're gonna replace right now. These are the pulsation lines that run down from the swing arms to the milker. So up top here we have the stainless steel milk line, but then this other line here has these pulsators mounted on it. These create these pulses of air, and we can adjust the timing and the length of those pulses to get the proper milk out. But that air comes down through here and then down these hoses. These are starting to get worn out, getting brittle.
There, pull that in the shop sometime.
We're getting to the tail end of our second to last ag bag of triticale. I'm gonna clean it up today. Tomorrow's Thanksgiving, and it'd be a pain to have to clean it up tomorrow, so we'll try to get it done, pile it over at the bunk. Ag bags always leave a bad taste in your mouth at the end because it's just a mess to clean them up. This bag is a little funny. For some reason it kind of had a bowl here we had to cut through. It's usually a little bit different than that at the end. Just gonna dump it on the mixer and then take the mixer up to the bunker silo. Ag bags are a bit of a pain, but they do make good feed. As long as you don't damage them, get holes in them or something. Even the whole way to the end of it, there's no mold in here. It's good stuff. We like the flexibility that they give us. Once we're done with these, we have half a silo full of rye there we're gonna switch over to finish out the winter then. We didn't use the stave silo on the far end there this year. The unloader's not in good shape. And we did not use the harvester on the left, it's only 50 foot tall, and the unloader's also not in great shape in that one. Ag bags are pretty reasonable cost-wise per ton. They're also pretty fast to feed out of, except when you're getting to the end like this. But it's not too bad, just take a couple scoops to get our 1,200 pounds we need for a mix for the cows. We are discussing building a structure at some point to store our triticale. We want to make more triticale than we have been in the past. Yeah, I'll talk about that in the future. I don't know what's going to happen. We're still deciding. Been saying we need to put another bunker silo up or something, so yeah, we've been discussing some options. Pole barn style wall with some sheet metal on it. I guess that's good enough to push against. At least we don't really care about it, so we'll do it. We're gonna do ag bags long term. Definitely nice to have them on a hard surface like this one is. It's on this old concrete lane here, but it's really nice if you have it at least at the end of the bag where you can just cut it open and flip it out and then you can scoop it up. So here we're worried about picking up stones. Lots of plastic. Not really my favorite. I'm about to run out of space on my camera, just running this out in the bunk. Thanks a lot for watching. Happy Thanksgiving, guys.